Hey, good afternoon, guys. I'm back with a Draftkings and Fanduel main slate video. We'll start with Draftkings first, as usual, and then we'll work our way over to Fanduel. I cashed yesterday. I posted it on my Instagram, so my Instagram will always be in the description. So if you want to go over and see, how I did for the past slate, you could go over to my IG and see. Um, So just for the people that are newer to DFS than others, anybody that I put, on anybody that I roster, they're in a player pool. A player pool is, you know, a player pool is anywhere between four, five, six guys at each position that you're interested in playing for that tournament. So you'll see I keep using the same guys, and that's why because they're the best possible player for that position. You know what I'm saying? As far as projections and how much they cost, how much their salary costs. Because you also gotta you can't always just play the best players, the most expensive players, because that affects the rest of your lineup. So like I try to preach strategy when playing DFS. All right, so like I always say, anybody has any questions, feel free to put it in the comments. All right, so at picture number one, I'm gonna go with Jake Odorizzi versus Seattle. Jake Jake may be a middle of the line pitcher, but Seattle isn't scary. So if I can get my savings somewhere, I'll choose Seattle. Pitcher number two, I'm going with Max Fried. Catcher, only choice right now, Mr. Perez. Smacking the cover off the ball right now. Very hot, very locked in. I roster Salvador Perez almost every day on both DraftKings and FanDuel. Another guy I roster often, Frank Swindell. This guy's also a professional hitter, and he very rarely lets me down for his price. And he was, I think, 2.5K last week, so he's come up, but he's still worth it. Second base. Second base, I'm gonna go to Trey Turner. You always want to try to throw a Dodger in there. You're not going to be able to really full stack the Dodgers because they're always expensive, but if you get one or two in there, that's fine. Trey Turner, top of the lineup, has some speed, um, gets contact on the ball. That's all you're looking for. Chris Bryant, you want Chris Bryant because he's on San Francisco. San Francisco on paper does not look sexy, but if you go back and you look at their last couple games, they put up a ton of runs. They put up a ton of home runs. Like I said, on paper they do not look sexy, but they win games and they'll win your tournament. So we got Chris Bryant at third base. Shortstop, another guy he has a little bit of power. He hits the ball. He has some speed. At Alberto Mondesi, I think he's a little bit underpriced, but that works out for us. I'm gonna roster him every chance I get. First outfielder, back to the Giants. 3.4K, Darren Ruff. Every time I roster him, he comes through. So we're gonna keep rostering him, and we're gonna target um, Colorado's pitcher today. My next outfielder, 4.4K, a guy that does hit the ball, does put up points, is hot. I just don't get to roster him a lot, so I'm gonna make it my mission to get him in my lineup today. And our last player, 2.2K left. We're going to Texas. Texas has a lot of cheap hitters that could go off, and we're gonna pick up one of them. DJ Peters. Last couple games, he's also been hot, so it never hurts to be able to round up your lineup with a 2.2K guy that has some power. So that's going to be our first lineup for Draftkings. Rizzi, Freed, Salvador Perez, Frank Swindell, Trey Turner, Chris Bryant, Adalberto Mondesi, Dan Ruff, Randy A, DJ Peters. That's our first lineup. That's also my main lineup, so you guys can use some of them, you can use all of them, you can use none of them, but those guys are highly optimal for their positions. So lineup number 2, pitcher number 1, Blake Snell. Pitcher number 2, Wade Miley. Catcher, me, I really don't have no choice. Back to Salvador Perez. Perez is on another level right now, and I can't stress that enough. My first baseman, another guy that goes off when I don't roster him, Paul Goldschmidt. Second baseman, Trey Turner again. Third baseman, 3.1K, Ramon Urias. Shortstop, Adalberto. I'm making sure I have these I'm making sure that I have these Kansas City guys in my lineup, because they're going up against a bad pitcher, and if they go off, you're going to want some Kansas City on your team. We're going back to DJ Peters, my outfielder. Because he gives you power and he gives you savings, so he doesn't really have to do much to pay off his ticket. Another guy that I like that offers savings, Lane Thomas from Washington. Every time I roster him, he hits, puts up points, produces, so I'm gonna stick with him. And Randy again. So that's going to round up our second lineup. We got Blake Snell, Wade Miley, Salvador Perez, Paul Goldschmidt, Trey Turner, Ramon Urias, Adalberto Mondesi, DJ Peters, Lane Thomas, and Randy A. Arrows Arena. There we go. So those are going to be my two main lineups on Draftkings tonight. You know, keep your eye out for, you know, players not starting. Because people get switched out last minute. So you got to keep your eye out for that to make sure that, you know, your lineup has all starting players. Because I've been in some contests, people have players in there that's not even playing. You know, and I don't want that to happen to you guys. So keep your eye out. Check the comments. If you have a question, ask me. And I'll be more than happy to answer any question. All I ask is that you like the video. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe so you know when I put out a video. Alright, let's jump over to FanDuel. For picture number 1 for FanDuel, we're picking up Wade Miley against Chicago. First baseman, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm picking up Freddie Freeman. I don't roster him as much as I should, but we're gonna get him in today. Second baseman, as I said, you're gonna want some Royals. I said you're gonna want some Royals on your roster tonight. Well, we're getting some Royals. Second baseman, we're picking up Whit Merrifield. Third base, back to Atlanta, Austin Riley. Shortstop, we're gonna go back to Kansas City. Pick up Nicky Lopez. Outfielder, we're gonna go back to Atlanta. Pick up the guy they just got from Kansas City, Jorge Soler. Our second outfielder, we're going back to Atlanta. Adam Duvall, he gives you some power in that 6 hole. Third outfielder for savings, we're going to go to Kansas City. And we're going to pick up Edward Oliveira. So the logic behind him is that he's cheap, he provides savings, he helps with roster construction, he's batting 8th, and if he could get on base, you got Whit Merrifield behind after him, and you got Jorge Soler. So you know if Kansas City goes off, Edward gets on base. You know, now you're cooking. So I know people don't like rostering people in the bottom of the lineup, but sometimes there's a strategy behind it, and it works. And then you round that off with the number 3 hitter on the Royals, and it makes sense. So you have batter number 8, batter number 1, batter number 2, batter number 3. So it works. So this is going to be our first lineup. Wade Miley, Freddie Freeman, Whit Merrifield, Austin Riley, Nicky Lopez, Jorge Soler, Adam Duvall, Edward Oliveira, Salvador Perez. That's going to be my main lineup. for Fanduel tonight. Unless something changes, we'll put it in the comments if there's any swaps or somebody's not starting. Gonna give you a second lineup for Fanduel. At pitcher, we're gonna pick up Zach Gallen. First baseman, we're going over to Cincinnati. We're gonna pick up Joey Votto. He hasn't been hitting home runs like that lately. He's cooled down, but you want to be ahead of the curve. So when he starts hitting again, you want to be there for it, and not wait until he starts hitting, because then that's when everybody else is going to be on him. Second base, we got his teammate Jonathan India. Third base, we're going to pick up another guy from Cincinnati, Suarez. Shortstop, we're going over to San Francisco. Outfielder, we're going to a guy that doesn't look sexy on paper, but he produces, 3,100, Darren Ruff. Second outfielder, sticking with San Francisco, we're going to pick up Lamont Wade. Third outfielder, we're going to pick up probably the best hitter on the Reds, Castellanos. And last but not least, utility, San Francisco. We're going to pick up Estrada. Usually with these stacks, when you see that you have a couple dollars remaining, so in this case $600 remaining, sometimes I like to go to the utility and swap the last player out for maybe somebody that from another team that projects a little bit higher. That's what I like to do sometimes. So, like I said, when I give you these lineups, you don't have to put everybody that I put. I'm just giving you options. If you want to stack, if you want to do one-offs, know that these players are optimal. The cheaper players, they help with lineup construction. The more expensive players, they're optimal. They're more optimal. But like right here, Estrada, I'm not even sure what batting order he's going to be in. So I might swap him out for somebody else that has the higher projection. But like I said, if you want advice on that or have any questions, just put it in the comments and I'll help you out with that. Yeah, I think that's it. So like I said, more than happy to help you with any question, roster construction, projections, whatever you need. All I ask is that you like the video, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And there's already a few subscribers that reach out to me on my Instagram. They ask me questions. I help them out. So I'm here so we could all print money. That's the reason I'm here, so we could all win. All right. So that's the end of the video. Subscribe, like, and good luck. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.